good evening, good morning, good night, you lovelies. It is the one, the only Cappy D Bar, and we're here to discuss some wrestling. So fucking much has happened, and I wish I could get to it at a more steady pace. All right, now between me, you, and the upload bar, I feel like I'm delayed on the uploads, but you all seem to be enjoying this content at a pretty steady pace. So hope all of you, give a good like, drop a couple of comments, call me a douchebag, maybe. I don't know. A little interaction isn't the worst thing in the world. We have to talk about it. There's no way I can start the other video without getting into our weekly wrestling report. The New Day has decided to go mutual ways with the Federation. Now, oh man, I swear I'm not Nostradamus or like Socrates. Do you guys remember my last video talking about these releases where I said that they'll release somebody a week after or a week before this big massive cut that's annual? It's like, oh, every 30th of April we take care of it, but hypothetical date, right? But what I'm trying to say is the release date isn't set in stone for any of these people, right? Man, mutually decided to part ways. Kofi Kingston, I can't wrap my fucking head around this, bro. The New Day is such a staple team in the Federation. They just are. And Big E, how they just let that story dry up, and they're fucking extremely delayed. That's a delayed reaction. Yes. Their completely passive nature in pulling the trigger on Javon and Kofi at WrestleMania for the IC title. Like, those are moments. Those are career defining moments. And I don't know. I don't know anybody. I don't know, guys. I don't know, man. This is one of the most puzzling things I think that has ever happened. They let go of Tama Tonga, JC Mateo, gone. They were just on TV a week ago. They were on a TV a week ago after the annual cuts. Is anyone hearing what I'm telling you? I told y'all that they'll just tell somebody, hey, get up out of here. It is what it is. Like your time is done. And man, it seems like with Kofi and Xavier, it was a little bit more casual, but fuck, man. And then we'll kind of just flash really quick into our SmackDown review. I will be kind of doing our Dynamite review. That's a whole nother bag in of itself. He was just out there with only Hakula, and it's like Tonga isn't there. Oh man, this is rough. This is rough. This tag division is really fucking dead. This tag division they gutted this tag division. Like, and mind you, nobody fucking liked the MFTs. The MFTs were dead on arrival. But the New Day? Nigga, but you throw out whatever you can throw at Xavier Woods and Kofi to keep him. Xavier Woods was practically the face of all of those wrestling 2K games, right? Anytime, like he was all over the UI. Xavier Woods is all over the UI for some of these wrestling games. It's a fact of the matter. He is. Wow. Arguably, you say that New Day and Bloodline kind of kept the Federation alive during COVID. Wow, man, I'm at a loss for words. I read that news, I fact checked it, and I was speechless. I was speechless for at least 10 solid seconds. Fucking insane. It's fucking crazy, and I don't even know what they didn't see in Kofi Kingston that made them do that, man. Kofi Kingston is a world champion. He's a 16-time tag champion. He was a 3-time intercontinental champion. He has everything you could ask for in a champion. He's present. He can do whatever the fuck you want him to in the ring. He had the hottest segment last year with Xavier Woods and Big E. What did they do with that momentum? They told him to sit down on the bench. Sit down, because we got this Cody guy. We need to push Cody through the fucking moon. All right, we don't got time for New Day. No, we gotta do 2 more Judgment Day segments tonight. So sorry, no Xavier Woods. You're not gonna get this, a Texas death match with Kofi Kingston where you guys paint the canvas red, which is reasonably the blow off that should have happened. A Big E special referee, and then Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods try to kill each other, and they practically do kill each other on whatever pay-per-view you want to fucking put it on. Put it on SummerSlam, maybe put it on Payback, Elimination. You could put it on whatever fucking pay-per-view you would have wanted to, and it would have sold. I just don't know what we're doing. I don't know what we're doing here. I would like to believe that maybe, like, in their heart of hearts, right, they genuinely didn't have anything for Kofi Kingston. But if that's the case, man, then why even have him on screen? Like, to have a tease of Javon and Kofi, which is such a simple match, but you have to remember that they pulled that trigger, right? So it's not like, it's going to be a once in a lifetime thing. No, they decided to do it on a random Raw, and that was that. And man, yeah, like Xavier Woods, generational talent. I mean, oh wow. That's like that is honestly fucking like listen, I'm not gonna lie, and I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be like an alarmist here. Them telling Spirit Airlines to go out of business and them telling the New Day to walk, that's dark times. I'm sorry, those are, if there is no bigger indication that something is very off, then that's that. I mean, Wow, man. Okay, we are going to be dealing with Dynamite for it was going to for April 29th, 2026. Unfortunately, I did not catch as much of this promotion as I wanted to, but I will say, starting off the night with MJF and Kevin Knight, that's a good decision. I'm always going to be for secondary title defenses, even the title defenses that kind of hold a little weight on our cards. I will say, it definitely feels good that MJF is performing at this level just to begin the night. It is very reminiscent of some of the work that Moxley was doing last year, when he would just literally for like 3, 4, 6 weeks in a row just start off Dynamite wrestling. I'm like, fucking props, bro. Big fairs. So big fairs to MJF for this feud with Kevin Knight. It's also very, very good. I'm not sure if they're gonna maybe do another dust up with these two. I would like that, because again, it's a very good match, very, very good match. But I would understand somebody saying that another rematch would just feel a little stale, being that this match already happened. But again, it can happen anytime in the future, and I'd be down for it. Very, very good match. Kevin Knight has a great way of getting like insane offense off, and I think that MJF, his style to try to keep him grounded was really smart. Him going after the knee, also just good work, good storytelling on their part. Even after the match, I think some of the work put on Kevin Knight's knee, I think it's just smart, again, for somebody who moves at such a kinetic pace like a Kevin Knight. You want to keep them grounded. You want to keep one of their legs a little shaky, and that's again just a solid wrestling psychology from MJF. Yeah, but that was simple. MJF, he goes for the ring after he fakes out the referee with the belt. That was a pretty smart spot. I like that. And Kevin Knight hits him with a low blow. 1, 2, 3. I think that this is comeuppance for everything that MJF has put everybody in that locker room through. And realistically, Kevin Knight, I don't know. His whole thing is like being flashy and being shiny. So who said Kevin Knight can't just get a face version of this ring? You know what I mean? Hey, wouldn't hate it. Maybe one night he like, check out the jewelry my lovely wife, love you baby, bought for me, and then maybe little switcheroonie with MJF's ring. Hey, I wouldn't hate it. I think it would be kind of interesting. But that's just me kind of just spitballing. Kevin Knight, again, great in that ring. MJF, amazing wrestler, our current, easily one of the best in our current generation. And it's very interesting to see how he operates against different opponents, right? Even with somebody as it's kind of weird, right? Because everything that MJF brought to the table with Kenny Omega, it did seem like he was fighting under, right? But in this bout, he's clearly over, and I just think him being able to reverse those roles so quickly, I just think he's very intelligent. It's very interesting to watch. Big props to MJF on that. Next match of the night, we get Okada versus Austin Ace. Austin Ace, a bright new star. I mean, I honestly, as much pause as I can give this next statement, can't glaze this. Can't glaze this guy enough. All right, this guy is great. He is insanely athletic. He gives me really young Shawn vibes, really young Shawn Michaels vibes, where he's just doing shit. Everyone's like, oh, okay, people can do that. Oh, all right, people do that now. That's awesome. That's cool. He's great. He's great, and I think he is still officially running with the Bullet Gold. So I mean, honestly, whenever Jay White comes back, him being under the tutelage of somebody like the Kill Switch, I like that. That's cool. That's really cool. It's kind of obvious who goes over in this match, but I think Ace Austin's moveset, his arsenal, it definitely worked for somebody as expressive as Okada. It just makes for good moments. So again, hopefully we'll go against maybe somebody like a Swerve. We'll talk about Swerve a little later in the night, but yeah, Austin Ace is great. Again, Okada does go over with a drop kick, a very clean drop kick, might I say, and a Rainmaker. Uno, dos, tres. That's pretty simple right there. Even the lead into this next match is very smooth. Backstage segment with Christian and Edge. Christian announces that he has a broken arm. He has a broken arm. It's fine. He also denounces that he's ever said he quit. He definitely said he quit. Little things like that. It is what it is, right? They eventually have a match with the RPG Vice. It was unexpectedly good, honestly. I didn't expect this match to be as solid as it was. The finish was really nice. It was a pop-up spear, executed very solidly, honestly. Again, surprising. I just didn't expect it. I don't know. Call me a mark. Again, this is obviously building to our FTR and Cope story, Cope and Cade story that's going to blow off at Double or Nothing. In the Big Apple, I'll try to be there, but I mean, try is a big word, ladies and gentlemen. Honestly, this story had every reason to die at Dynasty, but it didn't. And again, my FTR versus Jet Speed agenda just dies every day. Every single day that passes, it dies a little bit more. Yeah, but that's basically what we get from Cope and Christian. Just unks unks in there with some other unks wrestling around. I can't sugarcoat that. That is what it is. Not that bad though. Not that bad. The crowd was pretty hot. And I think that always helps the atmosphere. Rush has a cool little squash match. I think Rush getting the push that Bandino got last year. That's solid. Recently, I'd like to see him maybe with like a Swerve on Andrade or a Claudio. I think that would be kind of cool. Maybe even like a Moxley. I think Moxley and Rush can do some really fly shit. Rush is a wrestler's wrestler. He's great. I mean, there's really nothing else to talk about with Rush. He's awesome. The next match that we get, we're flying through this card. Listen, Dynamite. Listen, as much credit as I can give to Dynamite, all right, you can throw it at the wall and it's going to slide right off, all right? It's not going to stick to the wall. And you know, I guess that's a small critique. I guess you could say that it doesn't have long-lasting impact on the wrestling world, right? But I mean, it's good wrestling. It's good wrestling promotion. It's good wrestling show, right? Even like our next match with Shida, Statlander versus the Divine Domination, it was very, very good. It's my match of the night, but I'm biased. I'm a Chris Statlander fanboy. Sue me. Fuck you. I don't know what you want me to tell you about it. Megan Bayne, insanely talented in that ring. Her chemistry with Chris Statlander, big fan of that. Shida isn't as stiff as I kind of expected her to be. I don't want that to be like a, you know, a weird xenophobic like stereotype I'm saying, but I just expected, you know, a little bit more just like hard hittingness from Shida. I give that, maybe that's just not her style. I'm summing all this up to say everything that I expected in like really, you know, like heavy shots, I got more from Statlander and Megan Bayne, and maybe that's just production, right? Maybe that's just simple production. The powerhouses do powerhouse shit, and the you know, the lightweights or the light heavyweights do light heavyweight shit, etc., etc. But again, you know, a very, very good match. Chris Statlander hits a 450 on not only Lena Cross but Megan Bayne, and I think that was very good. I couldn't even tell if this match had the titles on the line because everyone was just wrestling like their lives depended on it. I was like, oh, okay, it's another night at Dynamite, another night on fucking another night at the Dub. No, but this is very, very solid. Megan Bayne and Lena Cross obviously do retain, but yeah, no, Chris Statlander, Shida is a very good tag team. I don't know what the blow off is exactly, but I can imagine it's going to be Chris Statlander and Shida in a quick feud that ends with Chris obviously getting injured in kayfabe, not in real life, and that will maybe lead to a Willow Nightingale and Shida feud with Willow losing the belt, and maybe that's where we're going to go with that, but who knows really, who knows. A very solid match, and everybody in this ring really impressed me overall, truthfully. Next segment on the card, we get a nice little vignette for Swerve. He kicks some people's ass in a bar. Some guy runs away right past a Bandino wanted poster. Prince Nana hands him the lighter, and that is going to be set up for a very, very, very good fucking match at Double or Nothing. Now, reasonably, you know, Bandino claiming that he is, you know, the most wanted, most dangerous. That does exactly conflict with Swerve's gimmick. So, I mean, hey, you know, I mean, this is some good old-fashioned, you know, Rocky Mountain Pro shit here. I mean, this is simply just gimmick versus gimmick. And I think anyone who's upset about gimmick versus gimmick just needs to stop watching wrestling. Turn on a football game. You know, I think you'll be less entertained by that. But, you know, do as you must. Do as you must. And if we're going to talk about segments, we can quickly talk about Will Ospreay and the Death Riders. The Death Riders are recruiting the Billy Goat Ospreay. And I guess the idea is that he does too much flippy, you know, carny shit. And it's interesting, right? I think in real life, Will is just kind of adjusting his style so he doesn't keep fucking dying, right? And you know, love Will to death, but I mean, I think that's funny how that worked out. But I think one too many injuries is just hey. I think I told you in one of my first videos when I uploaded, Will is way too important to the sport. He is way too important to the industry of wrestling for him to be, you know, put in these situations where he's wrestling on a fucking broken net for 7 months. I'm not upset at you, Tony Khan. I'm not upset about it anymore. All right, I've been going to therapy. I've been taking my classes. All right, everything is all right. Yeah, but Will Ospreay, he's changing his style entirely. Not pissy about that. Not upset about that at all. Moxley, you know, from the talk that they had on Collision, which if you have the internet, you can just watch. All right. Hey, I'm not going to say any names, but the idea that just because some people didn't watch Collision, and hey, maybe they could put a 20-second clip in, but if there's no match, there's no reason for them to spend a good couple of $1,000s on reminding everyone what happened on Collision. Hey, maybe you're just like, hey, you need to be what you need to be. Huh. What are you going to do? It's like doesn't, I don't know. Listen, it's interesting because I'm saying it out loud, and I understand that maybe it's like a 2-second thing, but if you have the internet, you can just watch the clip from Collision. It's not, I don't know. I feel like a lot more people interact with their sports media through the internet, through, I mean, no other than cable nowadays. This is what it is, right? So I'm saying all this to say, I genuinely think that the Moxley and Ospreay segments, they're good. They're solidly, you know, performed. You know, even with Claudio and you know, like even with Claudio Garcia and some other guy, I forget who it is. I think it might just be them two. They are, they watch over, Yuta and Marina kind of practice, their graps just on like an empty floor mat. And even that concept, right? Like we're gonna wrestle on this empty mat, and this is where we're going to get the basics done. It's just, hey, like that's like simple 80s movie concept shit. And maybe it is a little cheesy. Like genuinely, I will give you guys that. Maybe it is a little too like Rocky 3. Genuinely, right? But I mean, it's not like it doesn't work. It's not like Ospreay can't perform at that rate. So like I don't know. I don't see the downsides to it. But hey, I'll give you this caveat. If Ospreay puts on a stinker with this new style, maybe hey, I'll kick this entire segment. I'll kick this entire storyline's back in. But until then, it's just I don't know. I don't know if there's a purpose for that exactly. But that's just kind of how I feel about it. And in general, it does make sense to me. It really does make sense to me. But other than that, Claudio, he aura farms on Ospreay after Mox says, we don't need a ring. We're gonna wrestle right here to get the basics done. I it's kind of exact paraphrase. And yeah, Claudio just like takes off his shirt, just starts like flexing his pecs at Ospreay. Pretty funny. I'm not gonna hold y'all. It's pretty funny. Next match that we are going to be discussing is going to be Brody King versus Darby Allin. I like this match a lot. I really do like this match a lot. It's a lot of outside spots. I think performed very well. Again, the audience, amazing atmosphere. Like there's a lot of positives about this match. I think the story of rivals to comrades, the brothers in arms, if you would. I think that's again very simple story. I'm not upset about it at all. There was a code red app. There was an Avalanche code red that I think was actually really smart, really good from Darby. There's also another code red on the table from Darby Allin onto Brody. I think that was really good. A nice barricade spot. Both Kevin Knight and MJF were watching this match, which I liked. I liked that a lot. Someone say that this was match. Some would say that this match was maybe a little overbooked, but I genuinely like the idea of a world title match. In the main event of our show. Yeah. Main event world title. Pull the trigger. Why the fuck not? Right? I think this is a really good match. Darby ends up going over, but just by using his brain. He uses a sunset power bomb onto Brody on the concrete. From that, he races in at the slight second and 9. The second Brody King slides in. Coffin drop, uno dos tres, and that's how we end our Dynamite. And they shake hands. In the no confetti, no streamers like it's ROH, but very good match. Very, very good match. And I was honestly very pleased by it. This Dynamite was strong. I do have a couple of complaints about the tag division, as I kind of already stated. The women's division, I wish it would get a little bit more light, but we did get the Flying Birds in action. It was a bit of a squash match, but tomato, right? We do get Chris Statlander. There's going to be a build-up with Willow in there somewhere. I know it. So I don't know. I'm just holding on my cards. I'll give this a solid 7.5 out of I'll give this at a 7.5, 10 out of Dynamite. Okay. All right, we are going to be getting directly into our SmackDown. All right, for May 1st, 2026. Wake up. It is the first of the fucking month. Or it is what it is. I like to say that I love all of these NXT call-ups. Hey, I'll keep it funky. I'll keep it very fresh. They do a segment for Blake Monroe. Very good looking woman, in the most respectful way I can say that. She is in a relationship, very, engaged off in the mountains of Australia. But it's a solid segment. She sells very well. Great wrestler. If they kind of let the leash off her, kind of let her do more, you could say, a CZW kind of death match shit. But hey, she's built for it. She's comfortable with it. I say if the wrestler wants to go to that extent, let them go to that extent. And maybe you just hold them back a little bit when they say, yeah, let me jump through 16 plates of glass. That's a little extreme. But other than that, fuck it. Like, let women blade, right? Ricky Starks, he gets up, for a really quick segment with Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes acknowledges their history, which I think was interesting with the state of the wrestling world right now, but that's neither here nor there. Ricky is, has a really good presentation. I love the idea of, him I love the idea of him challenging Cody Rhodes to be like such a focal part of tonight. Like Cody Rhodes is like really fired up up, you know, that a young cat wants to, you know, get the challenge going. And hey, I mean, for all that it's worth, Cody is a solid orator, you know, when he needs to be. So, you know, him selling the match, the crowd bought it, and it was a good moment for the pop. Ricky Starks, though, I don't know if he left NXT on a high note exactly, but realistically, I don't know if anyone leaves NXT on high note. So I don't know. I don't really know what to make of this Ricky Starks call up exactly, just in the terms of what everyone else will have to kind of deal with, you know, with the NXT roster kind of being depleted with a Ricky Starks, who's a big part of the NXT roster, is what I'm trying to say. So I don't know. I guess the chess piece here is, you know, Ricky Starks being called up, and, you know, terms for him being put in this mid-card, almost world title division. Very good wrestler, very solid on the mic. I would like a little bit more meat on the bone of Ricky Starks. I feel like everything that they gave him NXT was like fine, but it never like excelled to what I wanted, I guess. But who's me? Who am I, right? Like exactly. Yeah, but Ricky Starks going up against Cody Rhodes, very fine for me. We have a JC Jane and well, I believe her name is Harley Cameron. No, Christ. Fallon Henry, Lord have mercy. And Fallon Henry, they go up against a Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. Now, what I will say about this match is JC Jane, very good on the mic. Again, NXT call up, love it. She's good. She's very, very good. I know for a fact that, you know, it's one of those things where they're just trying to give people heat, because right after Charlotte, again, she loses this match to JC Jane. Very good finisher. It's just a rolling elbow. It's solid. It's a very good execution. I'd like to see that against Lash's rolling elbow. That'd be nice. That'd be good to see. Rhea Ripley just comes down to make the save, right? So it's a Charlotte Flair wrestled match, Alexa Bliss wrestled match, JC Jane heat, right? Because the audience hates her, which is great. You know, it's just good for the show, right? And then Rhea just comes to soak in all of that energy, and it's like, damn, Rhea, like, why can't you just have like a singles feud? You know, like, is that too much to ask for Rhea to have a singles feud with somebody? It's not. Hey chat, it's fucking not. I'll tell all you that right now. Yeah, other than that, yeah, you know, Wipe Truth goes up on Fraxium. No words for that. I'm not even gonna fucking comment on it. Truthfully, I'm not. I have not. That wasn't a pun. I didn't do that intentionally. I have nothing to say about this wholeheartedly. We get a Ricky Starks and Cody Rhodes match. I don't want to believe it was for the title, but I think Cody held up this title, which might imply that. And if they did this in the middle of this show to give us the Usos and the Bloodline to cap off this night, stinky, horrible. That paired with the New Day, oh, you niggas are ass. Yeah, but what I will say is that Ricky Starks, very good in the ring. You know, it's not a great, you know, extremely long exhibition, but you know, the execution of everything was solid. It was actually very solid. Ricky Starks, he goes in, gets his ass kicked, gets out. He definitely goes over his loss. His performance is very strong. The crowd was engaged. But I think the kicker on all of this, kind of going back to that Rhea and Charlotte situation, is Gunther. Gunther comes out and he chokes the dog shit out of Cody Rhodes. That's what happens. He chokes the dog shit out of Cody Rhodes at least a good 2 times. And it's interesting. Cody versus Gunther will be good. It will be a solid match. I can understand the frustration in the IWC with it, though. It is out of nowhere. It is coming out of a Gunther and Seth match that just kind of came out of nowhere. Reasonably, Seth and Gunther should be having some kind of last man standing, like all bets are off, like, you know, blading until the cows come home match. That's what I would book for them too. And again, that's just because they're competent. They're of that kind of ilk. But I guess Gunther's going after the world championship now, and with the booking that they give Cody, Gunther might win it. I'm not fucking joking with y'all. He might win it. We might do like a triple threat kind of situation going into our pay-per-view after Backlash. But I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with all of you. This is very confusing booking. But again, it's gonna be a good match. So I mean, I don't know. You kind of have to take the good with the bad when you watch this shit. Honestly, you just have to. Yeah. But I don't give a fuck about Danhausen. I will not be commenting on that. Royce Keys gives Jacob pep talk, you know, about the streets and the struggles, you know, back when they were back in their, you know, back in the day when they were in their Conda Ford, pushing that Yayo, pushing that Katy Perry, pushing that Megan Bain, pushing that Miranda Cosgrove. You feel what I'm saying? Listen, they were tight, and they, you know, they had an idea of hunger, and Jacob, he has to find that hunger to lock in on Roman, which I think is possible. They should just pull that trigger. But again, if you ask me, I think that should have been, you know, the first Raw after WrestleMania. Oba takes that nigga's chain immediately, puts that nigga in a coma. You want to be in you want to be in fucking the wrestling movies? You want to be in the fucking Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat movies? Go sit your ass down, Roman. We about to run Oba and Jacob 5 months straight. Fuck is you niggas talking about? Listen, if I had the pen, oh god, it'll be, oh man, listen, no, all bets are off. Yeah, but the bloodline runs in to jump Oba, runs in to jump Jacob and Power Keys after this. Don't know why, but they do. Power Keys, I like that. Power Keys, yeah, that's his new name. Worst Keys doesn't roll off the tongue like Power Keys. Yeah, Power Keys. I love that. All right. So Trick Williams comes out here, genuinely, not even fucking joking, saves the SmackDown. Saves it. I'm not even fucking with y'all. Everything up till now has just been like very average and kind of confusing, borderline irritating, but it's not that deep, right? Trick Williams has a really nice way of just making fun of all of this shit in the most whimsical way possible. They're doing this entire gingerbread segment. No words. Hey, I don't. What the fuck do I say about a gingerbread mannequin? I don't know. I have nothing to fucking say. I have nothing to fucking say about that one. You know, Sammy ends up, he blacks out on a gingerbread mannequin, rips his arm off. And Trick comes out to make the save, and he throws up the X because the gingerbread is deadly injured. And that was that. That was pretty funny. But other than that, I don't know, man. I don't know. Fuck. I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know what any of this shit is, wholeheartedly. Now, doing this much wrestling review will strain any man and any person's voice. So, I've enlisted the help of my trusty friend, Jim Cornette, to review this next match for me. Alright, with Paige, Nikki Bella, Nia Jax, and the one and only Lash, motherfucking legend, the GOAT. Take it away, Jimmy. Alright, well, first things first, alright, this is a girls' match. Alright, so I was halfway away from my television for most of this, but I understand they got the big belts and it's all flashy, but I cannot understand what this Paige girl did. Syria? Sorry, Siri. Is that her name? Is Siri her name? I don't know what this girl does, and she was in AEW with Tony Khan, you know, little Tony, but this match with Nia Jax, and she's wearing this god awful jumpsuit. I sped right past this match, right into the main event, and if you like this match, I think you're a fucking idiot. All right, and that's pretty much that. All right, back to you, Cappy. All right, thank you, Jim. I couldn't agree more. And I noticed how he didn't say anything bad about Lash Legend, huh? One of the best of all time. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. Them doing a funeral for the gingerbread man, television, isn't it? Television. Yeah, real fucking cinema we're watching. Nick Aldis is very comedically gifted. I'll give him that. But this show's tough, man. This is a tougher. I think anyone who says that this is better than a dub, not being honest, not being genuine. That's just my opinions on it. But this one was one for the books for sure. One for the books. I don't know what this one was about. Couldn't tell you what this one was about. But I can tell you what I do know. Right? I, without any shadow of a doubt, I would not like to see the gingerbread man on my screen ever again, even if it is for a funeral, because I'm telling you right now what's going to happen. Sam is going to come to the funeral. He's going to hit the gingerbread man, and Trick is just going to get more over as a babyface. Maybe this is the plan. I don't think this is the plan though, folks. I don't really think this is the plan. But yeah, this is practically our main event, because after this, we get the Bloodline versus the Usos. Yeah, notice how I've been speechless for a lot of this SmackDown. That was it. That was May 1st, 2026 SmackDown. It was pretty bad. Pretty bad. Again, Gunther, Trick, really doing their best. Really doing their best, man. But them gutting the tag division like they just did with the fucking MFT Bloodline 2.0, 3.0 at this point, right? You know, the New Day, and then you niggas have Whip Out Truth over on fucking Fraxium. Like, listen, I'm not the biggest fan of Nathan Frazier. I'm not. But listen, we gotta celebrate. We have to separate, you know, the politics from the wrestler. Sometimes, because that tag division is barren. It's fucking barren. It's like a desert. Wow, man. Wow. All right. That was the SmackDown. That was my quote unquote shotgun review for Dynamite. It was long as fuck, but it was a double barrel shotgun. How about that? Yeah, but that was everything your boy Cappy had. I do have some other stuff going up for the week, as I always do. All right, so hope all of you stay hydrated, stay healthy, however you catch this, whenever you catch this, and as I always say, all right, stay safe, stay tuned, stay beautiful. Peace.